Hello everyone, this is Josh X Play Plays, and today we continue to grow, expand and improve our city of New Paris in Cities Skylines 2 in this episode number 7. In our previous video, we were able to see that the game is trash. Basically, we need to be able to have garbage under control so that some of our businesses and our buildings are efficient, basically at least at 100% fully funded. And we were having issues with our electric plant not being fully efficient, and so we weren't making enough money. We fixed that, and today we are going to start building a little neighborhood with the Eastern Europe region pack. So let's begin. We've been able to grow our town of New Paris, I think slow but nicely so far. I know that at the beginning our little grid didn't look so well and these curved roads are so, but today we are gonna try the newly released Eastern Europe region pack. So we need to figure out where we want to build that little neighborhood, and I believe that we can do something on this side of the river. I know we've already built something across the river, but that's on this other plot of land. So I think that the best place to do it right now would be to unlock a couple of these tiles so that we can build here and have this avenue, which is Summit Street, lead into our new neighborhood. So let's have this go a little bit faster. Again, we're making good profit and we still owe some money, but that's okay. Before we begin, as always, let's make sure that we have enough electricity, and we are. Now that our plant is being very efficient, it needs a little bit more because of the mail, but we'll fix that soon. And also in terms of water, which again we have good water availability. And as you can see here, we're making good money trading that excess electricity, which is pretty cool. And here's our incinerator plant. We upgraded it with the extra incinerator, but pretty soon I think we can do the extra truck depot as well as the storage extension. And we are emptying this landfill, and it should be maybe by the end of this episode we should have that cleared so that we can actually zone this as industrial. So hopefully we can get that done at the end or before the end of this episode. Something that we also need to kinda work on, if we have enough money, is to unlock these two tiles, which is gonna be a bit of money, to get another ramp into the highway, because again we're having a lot of traffic in this area and this intersection doesn't help that much, as you can see here. Maybe later we can have a larger roundabout in here, but for now, again, it works well enough. Maybe we have the medium size, right? Yeah, we do. Maybe we can do the larger one, but I don't want to destroy this building because it's working pretty much really well. Okay, so this is gonna be the avenue that crosses the river, and we have to buy this one, and this one. So we're gonna buy these 4. We already have access into the railroad because of this line, but at the moment we're not gonna deal with railroad. I think that we should buy this tile so that we can build the train depot or rail yard in here. I think this would be a good place, and it kind of fits this area. I do like the detailing that they do sometimes with like abandoned areas of town. Unfortunately, there's no resources. There are no resources in here, but that's cool. I wish that there was there were more resources in map. Like they were specialized on a bit of a resource, and it wouldn't be so scattered. In my opinion, I would have done most of this area as agricultural, so that would have worked better. And also, we're gonna have agriculture in here because we have the resource, so that's gonna be pretty cool. And so first of all, let's create a little overpass, and I think we're gonna do, let's try to do 15 in here, or let's do 30, because that only increases it 8%. And in here, this is gonna be good enough. And let's go lower. And I think that's gonna work rather nicely. So let's take a look at which zones we have for the Eastern European pack. So we have low density housing, we have medium density housing, mixed housing, which is medium density, low rent housing, which is high density, and we have high density housing. And we also get low density business for Eastern Europe. In terms of education, we have this small elementary school, we have the larger one, we have a high school, and we have a larger high school. And they actually look really nice. We'll place them in a bit. Same thing for fire. We have a regular firehouse, we have a small fire station, and we have a larger fire station. Also with police, we have the regular police station and the headquarters, as well as a welfare office, which we'll build again one in this area. Should help because we haven't placed one of those in a while. We have some train stations for the Eastern European, which actually sometimes this gets a little bit buggy. We have a regular train station and a central train station, and that's about it. I do believe that the fact that we have low density with this pack is very, very cool, very helpful, because as you can see, we don't have low density with many of these packs except for Japan and UK. So I think we have learned from our little, let's call them mistakes, when it comes to zoning European zones, areas. In this case, as you can see in here, sometimes the whole area isn't used, and we're in here, we have squares of, again, 12 tiles by 12 tiles. And for this one, I think we should do, maybe we should do 8 by 8. Let's try 8 by 8. So I don't want to have this be part of the grid. Kinda, it still is, but we're gonna do it like this. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's continue it here. And as an added bonus, I think I want to have a little pathway in between. Again, just to give it a little bit of texture, a little bit of detailing. And so what I want to do is have, I think 4 might be too much, but let's try 4. And we're gonna have this walkway in the middle. I know that we have these alleys, but I think that I don't trust the traffic, right? Because it would be really cool to just do this. You know what? Let's try it. Sure, why not? So again, we're gonna do 4 tiles in between, and same thing here. So let me work on this really quick, and we'll be back. And this has developed rather nicely. Right, it looks pretty cool. I wish the game was a little bit smart, a little bit smarter. But sure, this is gonna work really well. Right, and we are fulfilling our need for low density residential, and I think this is rather nicely. Once again, the designers of these content creator packs really should get an applause. They really do a great job. Like, for example, in here you can see some of the paint on the wood has vanished, so that's actually really nice detailing. In here too, so that's just great. Again, I think that the entrance is in here, so I don't know why the game prefers the alleys as opposed to the actual street to have the entrances, but I'm not gonna get into that. That's why I wanted to do the pathway instead. But we'll let this couple of first people getting there. So we're also gonna add a little bit of low density commercial, so that's pretty good. And let's place a little park in here. That's awesome. I think, can we put a little bit more? Sure. There you go. That's actually pretty cool. Let's see if we can continue this road in here. Okay. So that we can place... We have the money, which is pretty cool. Let's place one of the large elementary schools here in this area. And let's place one of the large high schools also in this area. And that fits almost perfectly. So we're gonna continue this road and add yeah, let's close this here. Right, that's gonna work really well. The only unfortunate side of these buildings is that they cannot be upgraded. So the most amount of students that it can have is 1500, and that's it, right? There's nothing else that you can do to make that a little bit different. What else do we have in here? So we can add the small firehouse. Do we really need one? Sure, let's build it just for now. So let's build a firehouse here. And last but not least, I know we need to do a welfare office, which we might put in here. Let's wait on that. And we are gonna place the police station, which is a little bit bigger, so we'll place it in here. And let's see if we can fit a small parking lot in behind the fire station. That's gonna be perfect. Make sure that there's no charge. And also let's try to link this with a path. And I think that's gonna be just almost perfect. And again, that's looking rather nicely. Definitely working well. Maybe in here we can try to do medium density. Well, first of all, let's finish this road. And let's do some medium density housing in here. And in here we can do low rent housing. But before we do that, let's put a little park. Let's figure out what we can afford. So there you go. Let's put it in here. And so let's put low rent housing for Eastern Europe. As you can see, I click and it doesn't filter it. So again, it's still a little bit buggy. And that's gonna go there rather nicely. Is there anything else we can place here? I know this happened. Again, just messy overall. For this area, let's make sure there's nobody parking here. And let's kind of try to put some trees in the median. There you go. And this little town, Eastern European town, is looking rather nicely. These larger buildings are actually also really nice. Again, I don't think I have many complaints regarding the new designs for buildings in City Skylines 2. City Skylines 1 was weird. There's some really weird design choices, especially for the high density buildings. Some of those skyscrapers look really odd. And again, once you've seen what SimCity 4 did with its skyscrapers, then you can really see why many of us complain about that. So I think this is working rather nice. What I kind of want to do is continue a curved road here. So maybe we can do this. Because maybe we can build a little bit more in here. That's looking okay. And well, we can fix that later. But at least let's continue this here. And let's continue this road. And there you go. And we can add a little roundabout here so that people can park and enjoy the view. And let's continue this road here too. And that's gonna work rather nicely. If we were able to do park zones, I would definitely zone this as a park. But of course we don't. And I hope that's coming eventually into this game. Let's try to continue. Let me continue with this little grid and we'll be back. this should start developing in a bit, even though we have no more demand for medium density. That's fine. Nothing to worry about in here. And just because we don't have park zones, that doesn't mean we cannot do something rather nice. So let's try to do a little walkway or path, and let's start it in here. Right, that's unfortunately that's as much as we're able to do here in this game. Again, I really hope we're sooner rather than later able to create parks. I think that that's something that this game definitely needs. And also something that I've asked for a long time already, to be able to have at least a beach asset, sorry. We now are a small city, which means we got money, more development points, and more expansion points, as well as this signature building. And so I really hope that eventually we're able to get, again, at the very least, just even if it's just a beach asset, I would be happy just with that. And let's remake this one really quick, because I again, talking about how tourism is broken, that's also part of it. Like, you need to have at the very least a beach asset. It would have been nice to have a beach asset in City Skylines 1, but again, and I haven't played the hotels and resorts DLC, and I don't know if I'll go back to City Skylines 1 for the moment. But yeah, I think that it was a messy situation with that. Let's do 65, and we have chosen Chestnut, so let's go with Chestnut here, and that way it looks rather nice. And we're gonna do Alder, that's gonna look nice. Let's do some wildflowers, right? And let's try, where's the oak? We need to find the oak. Oh, there you go. Give it a little bit of color. There you go. Very nice. Again, we also unlocked the high density offices, so we will work on that in just a bit. Once again, before we move to other things, you can see the difference of the game choosing this dirt road as opposed to the main road. It's kind of funny, kind of weird. And how this looks, which is actually pretty good, pretty nice. And we're gonna get a lot of traffic, I guess, while this gets populated. We're also gonna have another avenue come into our little Eastern European area. And maybe in the future, I think we've talked about it, we can have a highway going around. So that's gonna help us too. I know that it's a very, very, very wide grid, but I think this is gonna work rather nicely in here. And I think the last thing we can do is place a medical clinic in this block. That's gonna work really nice. So let's place it like this, and I think we have smaller. There you go. This will be fine. Let's add a, let's just add a pathway here. There you go. Whoever lives here, I'm jealous because they have a beautiful view of the river and of the city. The nice skyline in here. Right, if you're living here, you're lucky. You might be paying a lot of rent, but you're able to go for a walk in the morning, exercise, and you know what? You don't have a place to exercise, so I'm gonna place, where's the little tiny park? The park. Missing the little gym. This tiny park. Parquet. Playground. Dog park, small park, ring park. Tennis court. Oh, there you go. Looking at the wrong place. Let's place it right there. And let's place another one right here. And let's do a skate park here. Almost under the overpass. And let's make sure that there's no parking in this road. Makes it look a little bit messy. Here or in this couple of streets. I will take off these two crosswalks, but otherwise everything should be fine. Right, it's a nice little park in here. And we might do a little, well, let's try to see it. Let's see how it comes out. We have the pedestrian bridge, so let's do 15. Can we do it from here to here? Yeah, that's gonna be just perfect. There you go. We don't have any, and I don't think we're gonna have any boats coming around, and if there are, or if we think we're gonna have them, we'll fix that eventually, right? It doesn't really matter. We have that in there. Works. And let's see if we can do a curved one right here. Yeah, let's put a crosswalk in there. That just looks rather nice. Really, really, really nice. And I think we've managed to place as many Eastern European buildings as we can in here. And just you know, this is just really enough. And I think the last thing we're gonna do in this little area for now is do high density in this little block. Let's see how good or bad this looks, because I don't want it to be super tall, right? Because it wouldn't look that good. I think that medium density, that's what City Skylines 1 was missing. Medium density buildings. I think I tried to, and you can see in some of the videos how I tried to do it wasn't medium density, but it looked smaller, you know, when we zoned just 2 tiles deep, even 3 I think work, and when we capped the height for the area with the city policies. I think we need a lot of those city policies back. They were actually pretty cool to deal with. I forgot to add a crosswalk. There you go. There's a lot of people already walking in here. That's actually pretty good. And you know what? We just do this properly, because it looks a little bit sloppy. You wanna do this? No, we can. There you go. Should be fine. right? It's just great to see that a walkway is being used. I still think that we need bicycles, but that's a whole different issue. Let's see why these people are... it burned down. So, does it not have enough coverage? I think we have enough coverage for now. We will need to add an actual firehouse, fire station. Fire station, there you go. So, fire station... We have one here, but I think we actually need a larger one. We have the money for now, but before we place it, because it's gonna be costly, let's unlock these 2 tiles, because that's the last thing we're gonna do for today's episode. Okay, and let me work on the overpass and the exit and entrance ramps in here, and we'll be back. So I don't think it's one of my best works, but it's gonna do for now. Again, we might have to change this into an actual overpass for the highway rather than for the avenue. But what we can do in here is start zoning for more industrial, right? Even though I think we might want to zone in this area so we can have another... Well, we don't have one, right? So, you know what? Let's do it right now. I know I said this was gonna be our last thing, but let's do this really quick. Since we have resources, we are gonna do the forestry. So let's do that really quick in here. I do like this, the way that this game does the resources, right? I think it works really well. I wish we were able to have, you know, I did like what City Skylines 1 did. I think that being able to do this type of different areas and with City Skylines 1 worked well enough, but I also think that this works well enough. I just don't like the fact that you cannot upgrade things in here as you were able to in City Skylines 1. Or I think that that's my main complaint. This is gonna work rather nice. Let's see how our landfill is doing. Like I told you, it was gonna be done by the end. So we'll leave this for our next episode. And production, you can already see that we have a surplus for wood. And there's a lot that we need to do. And I think we should do a quarry for stone. Maybe in this area. I think it's gonna be okay. Right? So what did we accomplish today? Basically, we wanted to test out the Eastern Europe region pack, and I think that this is a really good region pack because it has medium density. I mean, it has low density, medium density, mixed density, or mixed zone, medium density. It has the low rent, which is high density, and it has high density as well as the commercial zoning for Eastern Europe, which we only had an extra one for Japan. It doesn't have anything for offices. I think that's fine. I don't think that's a big deal, especially because offices tend to be very specific. But I wish we had offices from Japan. I think that would have been something to add to the game. But overall, it's a good region pack. It has schools, it has medical centers, it has police, it has fire, it has the zones, the commercial, the residential zones, and they work really good. They look really really nice, as you can see in here. I don't know if I like that huge building at the end, not because it doesn't look good, but because I don't know if it goes with the theme of this little neighborhood, our Eastern Europe neighborhood. I like this region pack. I hope that the next three that we're gonna have, which is China and West and East US, will be as good as this one. And again, having these region packs for free helps the game a lot, because now you're able to have the game look different, even if you're playing with North America or with the European style of gameplay. It's still gonna look great because you have a diverse number of architecture, right, that you can choose from. Different architectural types. You have in here the Eastern European, you have Japan, you have Germany, you have the UK, you have France, and that helps a lot. And now you're gonna have China, and you're gonna have the United States. It's helping this game a lot. I think that it's still lacking gameplay, once again, like parks. We really don't have that much in tourism. That hopefully that can come soon, but the game is getting better as these free region packs are being released. The only thing that I wish they would do is release maps with these region packs. I don't know why they don't do it with the region pack, but that's the only negative that I can say about this. Again, this Eastern Europe pack, I like it. I like the design of the houses. I like what we're getting, and again, it's giving us more choices to place in our city. So this is a good region pack overall. Definitely recommended. And in our city, we were able to grow it a little bit more of a grid this time, but we wanted to showcase this content creator pack, or this region pack as they call them now. We were able to add the extra on and off ramp into the expressway. We were finally able to get rid of the landfill. We added a forestry industry building, and we are continuing with this nice little town. So I want to thank you for watching this game. Don't forget to like and comment in this video, and also don't forget to subscribe. Thank you to all of you, and we'll see each other in our next episode. Take care.